Hey guys, how's it going? It's BobbyKbikes here, and welcome to another BobbyKbikes video. Today, I'm hoping to repack the bearings in the front wheel of my Lei. Since you last saw it, I've done a little bit of cleaning on it with muck off. You can see, for comparison, there the mudguard's very nice and shiny, and I've yet to sort of reach in around there. And I've been having a go at the frame here because it's always had these brown marks on it, which have never really been easy to shift, so I'm hoping muck off can do something for that. Anyway, we've got the spanner on here, and first things first, we're going to remove the front wheel. It looks like the tyre should clear it, and I won't have to disconnect the brakes or deflate the tyre to get the wheel out, so the brakes are probably a bit too loose on this bike. So I'll bear that in mind when I'm putting the bike back together. So that's that. There's going to be a few washers when this comes off. It looks like it's going to be a fair few things to take off because we've got a mudguard stay which needs to move before we can get anywhere. Sorry, I wasn't looking where I was going there. Oh, that's clever. It's got a similar sort of washer to what my burner's got, to stop the wheel from dropping out and to sort of keep it in a nice position in the fork. So we'll just put the nut and washer back on so we don't lose them, and do the other side and see if we can get the wheel out. Okay, so we've got the wheel off. I've taken it round to the tap and sprayed the tyre with the hose and brushed it with the deck scrubber, and the tyre's looking a lot nicer, and then wiped down the wheel and the rim's looking very nice. I forgot to I was meaning to show you this when it was in the bike, to spin the wheel to show you, but as you see when I rotate the axle, it looks alright and it feels alright now, but when it was on the bike it just felt like there was something grinding around inside there, and it didn't feel nice at all. And it also, when you spun the wheel and then lifted the bike off the ground, the wheel stopped almost instantly. But there's the inside of the mudguard. Got a little bit of rust, and well, just surface rust really. I'll clean it out and spray it nonetheless. If I really wanted to take the time, I'd maybe have a go at bashing that dent out, but I probably won't. It's not bad, it's not impairing the function. Now that we've got that off, we can see better in there, and we can give that a good clean. And yeah, anyway, let's get this wheel apart. Okay, we've got the wheel apart, and well, the hub apart, and my suspicions have been confirmed. That looks pretty grotty in there, and it's not too bad. It's not the worst, most neglected thing I've rebuilt. Shouldn't be too difficult. But a rebuild needed nonetheless. Let's continue. Okay, we've cleaned out the inside of the hub there, and that's all ready to go back together. I've rattled around the bearings and cones and nuts and stuff, and they're all now a lot cleaner. I'm not sure how well the camera's picking that up, but the bike's, well, the front wheel's certainly nearly ready to go back together. I've also taken off the brakes and the mudguard just so I could get better access to clean the forks, and as you can see, there is an awful lot that just a quick polish and WD-40 will miss when there's parts in the way. So I'll get that done and we can clean that up, and also around there. And now that the mudguard's off, you can see again what I mean. This has been wiped over with muck off and WD-40 over the years, and that's where it goes in the forks, and that bit's been missed all these years, so that's quite a comparison. Anyway, I'll keep you guys updated when I've got a bit further on. Okay, I've got the hub all back together again with fresh grease, and it's spinning a lot more nicely, and I've got the cones at the right tightness. But before I put it back on the bike to show you, I thought I'd show you how nicely the mudguard came up. If you remember, that actually looked a bit like it was rusty, but it was really just dirt that was sort of stuck on and other such things, and just quick scoosh with muck off and wiped down with a rag, and it's all gone. Flippin' heck, the number of times I've mentioned muck off in these videos, you're going to think I'm being bloody paid to say it, but no, I'm not that famous yet, but it's done it's done well. It's made the mudguard look nice. Anyway, that's that. Let's get this thing back together. I also meant to say these brake blocks look pretty torn up. I'm not sure how well the camera's picking them up. Ah, that looks a bit better. Yeah, they're a bit nasty, which explains why the brakes were never particularly sharp on this bike, so perhaps I'll have to raid my spares bin and see if I've got any half-decent brake blocks for this. And there we have it. The bike is back together, and if you have a look, wheel spins a lot more nicely. I know you didn't really get to see it spin before it was rebuilt, but it is spinning nicely, and it stopped maybe only after a few turns if you spun it beforehand. So all in all, a good evening's work, and we've cleaned the general area where it was, so the bike's looking a lot nicer. And anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.